difficult map for G2. What was SMG doing that was so difficult to deal with, and how do you plan on fixing that in map 2?
I mean, they're playing really aggressive, and in my eyes, we really did too much, like we gave them too much respect, and we need to fight for those areas, and we cannot just sit and wait and try not to lose. And yeah, like we had a really serious talk in the green room, and yeah, we just need to change mentality, like from them allowing them to play however they want, and actually us dictating the pace and how we want to play the game.
So that was an interview with G2 Gozen's coach about why they lost on Bind, and I think the answer given there was very correct and what I want to show you in this video. But what did he mean by allowing SMG to do what they wanted to? Well, let's take a look at an example from round number 15. So this is SMG's bonus buy. They don't have great weapons, but if we take a look at what's actually going on in this round, this is the initial setup from G2, right? Where we've got our Cypher and Viper playing back on the A side here. We got our Brim back on the B side here, and then you've got your Raze and your Sky who are being a bit aggressive towards B long. And this is the crucial thing about Bind that you need to understand, is that to defend this map properly, what you have to do is you have to fight for the in-between spaces. You have to be willing to do that as the defenders. And what I mean by the in-between spaces are positions like this here, or potentially even down B long, you might say as well. Positions like in hooker. Positions like, you know, you might be up here and fighting towards short, although with the Viper setup this can be a bit tricky, but in showers as well would be a good example. And you have to be willing to contest these kind of areas, and G2 just didn't do it enough. And if we take a look at how that played out in this round and just run it faster forward, you'll see that for SMG, even on a bonus buy here, they're able to take showers very, very easily, right? They're able to walk down short fairly easily. And you see the dog comes onto the site here towards A, and now already we're on the site, right? And we didn't really get a lot of contestation here from G2 for the actual site. So this is a 5v5 retake now on A against a bonus round. And the thing is, G2 will actually manage to win this round, but they have to do a 1v1 clutch to win it. As you see, SMG go for this nice push towards the back site. And you see they need Mimi to, you know, manage to get those 2 kills there just to get them into a 2v2. And then they're going to have to convert this 2v2 as well, right? So this is a thing and a problem that G2 had, that quite a few of the rounds that they won actually were in these kind of like, we need to win a 1v1, right? Which is never how you want to really be winning a round. And later on in this video, I'll be showing you how SMG went about their defensive side and how different it was in terms of their level of aggression. You see here that eventually Petra is able to win that 1v1, but against a bonus, this isn't really that great of a round. And when you contrast that with what SMG were doing, you can definitely see the difference. The commentary here is going to be in Japanese because for some reason they haven't uploaded the English VOD to YouTube and I refuse to watch a Twitch VOD. So here you go.
Stop. さあ、5配備、ここでツールドフォース展開。両者のバイラウンド、Bロング、高めに上げてくるは5配備。今までのような速い展開というのはやりづらい、丁寧にアビリティを入れないといけないというのが、今、マダにトレードマーク見えたんで、Bロングを当たりに行きますよ。ですが、アレクシー、ガイディングライトから仕掛けていきます。そして、シャワー前のコントロール、エネリー。
And if I'm being real with you, the whole reason I wanted to make this video was for this round because I just love this round from SMG. And instantly you can see the difference, right? Just in terms of the barriers and what they do in the first couple seconds in terms of aggression. You see how aggressive they are straight away, right? We got a double stack coming towards Shao. We got the Sky in the chamber here coming towards B long. You know, it's instantly, yes, we are fighting for these in-between spaces, right? We are going to do that. Which is what you need to do. They destroy the Cypher camera here. They Sky flash down here. And you have to remember they've had the chamber ult. You know, the voice line has come off. You've got the chamber ult. So G2 know that, right? So, and then you're going to get the Skydog in hooker. And in just a second, Mimi's going to turn around and they see the chamber little trap here, right? In hooker. So at this point, you know, okay, the chamber and the Sky are over towards B, right? And that's the setup here on B with the chamber trap in hooker. And then this dog continues onto the site, doesn't see the chamber at that point. So at this point, you're probably thinking, if you're G2, okay, we know the chamber is out towards long here. We know the Sky is somewhere about on B as well. And the chamber op is almost certainly down B long, right? That's where the chamber op will be if they've got the trap in here. Why I love this round so much is because if you are thinking, hey, they've got a chamber op staring down B long, the last thing you expect, the literal last thing you expect, is the Sky is going to be charging down here with a Sky Flash, right? Because you're thinking, well, they've got long, right? Like this chamber op is like a really good defense for this. So you don't need to come and Sky Flash. So if you're this Brim here, you're just thinking like, okay, yeah, the chamber op is probably up here. And, you know, we're just going to come up with a plan, destroy this trip, maybe, you know, threaten to do this first, whatever. The last thing you expect is for this to happen. Because why would they push where they already have an op that's solidly watching that line that the chamber can just TP away from anyway, right? Why would they need to do that? And so this, I think, is just genius. And then the timing of this is perfect as well, because you'll see we get the kill with that Sky Flash. Amazing from Alexi there with that push. As I said, you just never expect that. And then whilst that's going on, and it's like, oh god, they're pushing out of B long with this Sky, we're also double pushing from here as well, right? So the comms right now are like, oh, they're double pushing here, right? That's the focus of G2 and their comms. But whilst that's going on across the other side of the map, we also have this, right? And you can see that Roxy is taken aback by it, just not ready for that fight in that moment after that first kill has just happened. We're in a 5v3 and the round is ours. And I just loved it, because even if this was kind of by accident, you know, I don't know if this is like a protocol that they have all the time, that if this Skydog comes here, you push down B long. If they do, it's genius. If it's just by accident, it's still genius. I loved it. And they didn't stop just there as well. They had some really even more aggressive setups, you might say, like this one in round number 8, where we've got 2 players who are going to walk out of Hooker and 2 players who are going to walk out B long. And they get rewarded for it with this first kill in here as well on Roxy.
でもこの A ショートの情報取れないですから。おーっとカメラを回収したタイミング。
Well, from this point, they've actually only shown the chamber here. So G2 don't automatically respond and just, you know, run onto A, because they don't actually know that this is a 4-stack, you know, that's walking all the way out. But, you know, this is a really good position for SMG to be in at this point. You see how deep this Sky and this Raze are already, and they've managed to rotate the other 2 players over towards A as well. Now, they are going to make a mistake here, SMG, and this is an important part, right? That, yes, you want to be aggressive and fighting for those in-between spaces, but there is a time and a place to not do that as well. And this is one of those times and places, right? What's going to win you this round from this point? You're in a 5v4, is this. Right, this is what's going to win you the round, because there's no way that they expect it, right? They're playing a Cypher as well, so they probably aren't even used to playing against a ton of flanks that they don't know about. Because the Cypher is dead, this is like worked out perfectly for them. So if you're these 3 here, your job now is to just delay as long as you can. Don't die, and this Raze will win you the round, right? The Sky is coming back to make sure they don't come back the other way, but that's how you're going to win this round. They don't do that. Kahaibi actually swings out and dies here, which does create a problem for them. But here's the thing, SMG are talented enough in this instance to where they're going to win the round anyway without really needing this flank.
この挟み込みが成功する前に正面なるわけない絶対的防衛ラインさあシャワーに残っていたペトラ1人を返しますが最後は白地のカバーが入ります
But of course you're not going to be able to win every round, and sometimes when you try to fight for those in-between spaces, your opponents are just going to have better util that round, or their aim's going to be better, and you're going to end up looking stupid and lose the round very fast.
さあ人数を割いていきますシャワーの当たり合い肘が見えたいや膝かここはまずはファーストブラッドペトラ後方カバーの神を落とし、そしてこの神が落ちたのであれば
But the thing is, you mustn't be deterred when that happens, and instead, you have many different options in terms of how you might go about this setup. For instance, this is one that SMG showed in round number 12 that they hadn't shown before. When they'd done this double stack of the Chamber and Sky, it had almost exclusively been out towards long. They hadn't shown them both being Hooker yet whatsoever during this game, and they added another little wrinkle into this as well, maybe through the economy forcing them to do so, because they've got a judge here as well, right? And it just changes the dynamic of everything, that we haven't shown this just yet, but we're still being somewhat aggressive in those interspaces, and we're getting rewarded for it.
ラウンド12本目早めの仕掛け浴場に関してはアクションがないぞとトレイルブレイザーここは人数をかけていますランデムで引いた音を聞かせてのジャッジ今まで見せなかった動きですねさあサンパウロでも猛獣の声が響き渡りましたそしてシーカー